everybody, my name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for what? Spider-Man once again. Yes, that web wall crawler is back for us to read another book. But before we get into this issue with the Hobgoblin, Kingpin, and Spider-Man, oh my, let's go ahead and introduce our cast. To my side in the darkness, if you see...
It's me, the frog! Too soon?
Yes.
But that's all right. I'm sure you're used to hearing that all the time.
It's Froggy. Two!
I broke Marania. Oh my gosh. Achievement unlocked.
To the frog side, if you look closely with the glasses on,
I'm looking
you can
closely.
see Zach!
That is Zach over there, yeah.
It is. Hey, how's it going, y'all?
And
I'm already broken.
You have your pajamas on?
No, this is a flannel. This is
okay. I wasn't sure.
That looks warm.
It is pretty toasty.
You're very comfortable.
It's chilly outside.
Wait, there's food outside?
Yeah, there is. It's like
Ooh.
this really nice, like bean jalapeno chili.
well, baby, it's cold outside. Anyway, getting just right below, if you look underneath the Spider Zach name tag right there, you can see every woman in the world. To us, it is Marania.
Good evening, everyone.
Right below Froggy, right beside Marania, and another guest, we can see Graphic Man.
Let's get graphic with that
Hold
man.
on.
Make
Nice.
sure to check out the fossils on Wednesdays.
Only on Wednesdays. No more.
And another fossil, a man who desperately enjoys leading the narration
And
of the
they're
world.
sliding down the back of
is
dinosaurs.
Wilson?
Yeah,
Sometimes
his first name.
narrating isn't enough.
that's his first name.
Wilson
yes.
Yabba Dabba Doo Flintstone.
And, of course, how could we forget our Kingpin for the evening? But now that the introductions are done, there are two things I must do. One is
Frank
turn off my
Spider-Man.
camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
You hush.
Two is, of course, show this fantastic book.
yeah. Whip it out.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
see it.
Like,
Watch, Breen's gonna turn on his camera just to reveal this comic that he has in his couch cushions.
If he doesn't, I'd be surprised.
It's upstairs.
okay.
It's in the vault. He doesn't feel like ripping it open. He'll let Daredevil do that.
I like this cover. I like the layout of this cover.
It's very
Wow, this is getting a little...
Well, oh my gosh, I didn't see it before. Now I do.
Yeah.
It looks a
And
little...
this, I believe, this is a Ramita Jr. cover, isn't it? No. Who is the cover again?
That's not Junior.
It might be John Byrne.
John Byrne. That's what. Yeah, that's what it is. I forgot, yeah.
Which issue is this? 249?
Yeah, this is John Byrne. I couldn't remember.
It
Ramita
is
Jr. is
issue-
doing the art.
Yeah, it reminds me of like those nesting dolls, those Russian nesting dolls.
It reminds me of when you go to like a restaurant and they have like the small, medium, large cups lined up by each other.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that Wilson Fisk likes to watch as
Oh,
he puts them down.
good lord!
I didn't even see that. I thought it was like never mind.
I can't unsee it now.
You'll
Anyway.
pay, Frog.
Seeing is believing.
The amazing Spider-Man. Only one man can save Spider-Man from the Hobgoblin. If that's your idea of being saved.
He is being saved hard.
And now I pass it on to Mr. Breen.
Secrets.
With Puppetine.
Presented by Stan Lee. Written by Roger Stern. Breakdowns by John Romita Jr. Finishes by Dan Green. Letters by Joe Rosen. Colors by Bob Sharon. Edited by Danny Fingeroth. Chiefed by Jim Shuda. In a darkened cottage room at the suburban community of Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey.
Hello, nurse.
Indeed.
Well, hello there.
Wrong apartment. Or right apartment. Nuts! Those blasted sliding doors never lock right. When my spider sense warned me someone was coming in, I was just half out of my costume shirt. Did I shuck it off in time, or...
What a day to forget my contact lenses. You know, handsome, you're worth wearing glasses for. I bet you're dynamite with the lights on. But isn't it the wrong season for long johns?
Actually, they're warm up ducks, miss.
Uh-huh. Surely, just surely. I'll bet I could help you warm up, stranger.
No, you can't. And don't call me Shirley.
Gee, that's awfully nice, Shirley, but I have to do this myself, alone. It's part of a top secret training program. You understand.
Mm-hmm. Huh? No, I don't. Training for what?
The Special Olympics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it. He's a prophet. The Olympics. Wish me luck.
Babe, one of us is crazy, and I don't think it's me.
Well, Parker, you've certainly gotten your weekend off to a dandy start. Ah, well, Shirley didn't really strike me as being my type.
What, a woman?
Besides, Liz Osborne said there'd be lots of lovely single ladies at her housewarming bash. Are those Daisy Dukes he's wearing?
It is. Those who read the current issue Spider-Man, he wore the animal crop top.
Oh, dear God.
And boy, she wasn't kidding.
Oh, there you are, Peter. For a minute, I thought you'd gotten lost. Nice shirt. But I never pictured you as the animal type.
I never pictured him as the Daisy Dukes wearing type.
Yeah, those are definitely Daisy Dukes.
Me neither, Liz. A grad student buddy gave it to me as a gag. Man, this new place of yours is something else.
Care for a quick tour?
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Soon.
When Harry came into his full inheritance, he said, "Let's splurge." So we did. It's taken a while for me to get used to all of this.
Oh, poor you.
Yeah. But with a baby on the way, really, you can never have too much space. Ah, and here comes the Lord of the Manor now. He's been the hit of the neighborhood since he got his new toy. Harry.
That's you, Harry.
Harry.
End of the line, partner. I got to greet the traveling parson and the new school marm.
Ha ha! Harry Osborne, the hop-along Cassidy of the dirt bike crowd.
Eat your heart out, Pete.
So long, Mr. Osborne. Thanks for the
Can you hear me?
ride.
He romps through the woods with the neighborhood kids every chance he gets. Don't you, big boy? Oh, gosh.
Now the cover makes a lot more sense and with one man short.
Oh.
He's been like Spider-Man as you can see him.
Harry?
Just trying to practice playing Papa, Mommy.
Oh, that sounds. Oh.
But as Peter and his host drift back to the party.
Mary Jane? I figured she'd be here.
Wow, that's an interesting swimsuit on that guy.
He's European.
Must be.
Pardon me, but don't we have some matchmaking friends in common?
Only about half a world, Tiger. You're looking good.
I'd return the compliment, but that would belabor the obvious. Got a few minutes for an old friend?
For you, but of course.
Well, I don't get it. What's a she seeing him?
I don't know. Maybe it's that wimpy Ellen out approach.
damn Alan.
Alda.
Yes, Aunt Anna heads back to Florida next week.
After Mary Jean turned down my proposal, I never thought I could be this at ease around her again.
Side note: look at those heads, like super big and tiny faces.
It's Michael Knight.
That's horrible.
Steve Hasselhoff.
You
Remember, it's Romania Jr., so you blame him.
Yeah, blame him. Now this one looks better. But on staying in the city, I already have several modeling gigs lined up.
It's actually very nice to have MJ as a friend and not a yow!
Uh-oh.
Phew. I've never felt a spider sense warning buzz that intense. The feeling's fading now, but what kind of massive danger could so suddenly appear and then disappear?
That question will haunt Peter for days to come. When it is finally answered, his life will never be the same. Secret Wars. But before he can think on this further...
You're too easily distracted, Tiger. What you need is a good dunking.
Oh, yeah? Well, if I'm going into the pool, lady, I'm not going in alone.
Ooh.
Yahoo!
Sploosh.
My phone was in my pocket.
Meanwhile, mere miles away in the executive suite of the Daily Bugle building,
Oh no, cover your ears.
publisher J. Jonah Jameson surveys his city, as if searching for something amid the gleaming towers that will brighten his day.
Mm-hmm. Jonah, aren't you ready yet?
Ready, Marla?
I hope you haven't forgotten our outing. Is that a cigar? You told me you were going to quit.
I didn't light it, Marla. I just needed it. Helps me think.
What's wrong, Jonah? Please tell me if I can do anything to help.
No one can help me with this, Marla, but yes, you should know. A few years ago, I financed a special genetics experiment. Matt Gargan, a man in my employ, otherwise known as Eric Breen, underwent treatments designed to make him more powerful than Spider-Man! On that score, the experiment was a success. Matt Gargan became the Scorpion. But the treatments also drove him mad. I'd hoped to sponsor a crusader who would defeat Spider-Man. Instead, I created a creature who was a bigger menace than Spider-Man ever could be. The authorities don't know the full extent of my involvement, and the Scorpion was too crazed to tell them. I've only confided in one other person, and now he's dead.
Jonah, what's past is past. Why bring this up now?
Because, my dear, someone has uncovered my secret. I'm being blackmailed.
At that moment, back in Englewood Cliffs.
Special delivery, Mr. Osborne.
Sorry I kept you waiting. We have a party going on around and back. Special delivery, huh? Who from?
I couldn't begin to guess, sir. They didn't list a return address. Sign here, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Minutes later,
Harry, why are you starting up your bike, dear? I was just about to put the stakes on.
What a woman. Steaks on the grill.
That's okay, hon. I don't have much of an appetite. You and the others go ahead without me.
What? Harry, you're not ducking serious. Harry?
Beep beep.
Hey, Liz. Why so down in the mouth? Something wrong?
Down in the mouth.
Hmm. I don't know. Harry just got on his bike and rode off into the woods without his helmet. He never does that, and he sounded so strange.
Relax, Liz. It's probably nothing. If it'll make you feel any better, I'll go see if I can find him, okay?
Did MJ change her outfit?
Yes,
I
she
think-
did.
Yeah, she did. Because she was wearing a bikini before.
She was
Yeah.
wearing a black bikini. That's a green one piece.
Could you, Peter?
Sure. You and MJ just take it easy, and I'll take care of the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, she's back in a bikini.
Yeah, look.
Figure out what's going on with their swimsuits. The last time Harry acted really weird was back in college, when he suffered a drug-induced mental breakdown. I hope it's nothing like that this time.
Once out of sight of the party, Peter bounds into the treetops, his amazing musculature, over 40 times stronger than that of a normal man.
Indiana Jones 4 flashbacks.
Still in the Daisy Dukes.
And his astounding agility enabling him to cover vast distances. In the blink of an eye.
There he is, in the middle of that clearing. At least he doesn't look like he's done anything too crazy.
Hmm.
Harry? Need somebody to talk to, old buddy?
No thanks, Pete. I have to handle this myself.
Maybe you do, and maybe you don't. Look, we've all known each other through college, and if you're hurting, I want to help.
Pete, I may be beyond help. I don't know. What I've just learned is so unbelievable. I've received an anonymous blackmail demand from someone who has proof that my father was the Green Goblin.
What? How?
It's all in here. Photocopies of pages from some secret journal. It's like reading a confession in my father's own handwriting.
Scanning the pages, Peter Parker recalls the story he had been told long ago, the story he had kept secret. It had all begun years ago when Norman Osborn had his partner Mendel Strom arrested for embezzlement. With Strom out of the way, Osborn gained complete control of his chemical company, as well as access to Strom's notes and experimental formulas. Osborn decided to check them out personally. But he was not as skilled a scientist as his former partner. Still, Norman Osborn had always been a survivor. He recovered. His mind did not. The chemical explosion had somehow made him inhumanly strong, but that brought him no pleasure. He lusted for power, more power than he could ever come by legally. And so, using his vast resources, Norman created a new identity. He became the Green Goblin. He immediately set out to make a name for himself by defeating Spider-Man. It wasn't as easy as he thought it would be. But eventually, he managed to discover that Spider-Man was secretly Peter Parker. That was nearly the end of Spider-Man. With his great enemy helpless before him, Osborn revealed his identity, taunting Parker with his secret story. But overconfidence got the better of him. Wishing to prove his superiority, the goblin released his captive for one final battle. For the goblin, it very nearly was. Knocked back into a table of equipment, Osborn received a massive electrochemical shock, robbing him of all memory of the Green Goblin.
If only his amnesia had been permanent. But in time, Norman Osborn remembered everything, and the goblin became my deadliest enemy. And then he struck at me through those closest to me and killed Gwen Stacy, the girl I loved. That was the final blow. I tracked the goblin down, determined to avenge Gwen's death. I wanted to kill him, but I couldn't. I wouldn't become a murderer like him. In the end, fate took a hand, and Norman Osborn was killed by a trap he'd set for me. Norman had just died when Harry, coming down from a bad acid trip, first discovered his father's secret. I was in no shape then to give him the help he needed. He couldn't handle it. He went totally off the deep end for a time. He even thought he was the goblin. It was a blessing when his memory of all those nightmares was destroyed. But what's going to happen now?
Pete, I don't know what to say. My father was a criminal, a murderer. He killed Gwen. It's all so senseless. He must have been out of his mind.
Yeah, he must have been. But he's gone now. It's over.
Oh, I wish it was. I'd like to tell this blackmailing slime where to stick his evidence, but if the news got out, what would it do to Liz? To our baby? I don't know what to do.
For right now, you play this guy's game. String him along and find out what he's after. Most of all, play it cool. I'll be with you every step of the way.
You'd still help me, Pete? Knowing who my father was and what he did?
Darned right I would. The goblins hurt enough people. I won't stand by and see him hurt you too. Now, where and when are you supposed to meet this creep?
The next afternoon at New York's prestigious Century Club.
Mr. Osborn, how nice to see you again, sir. And who is your guest?
This is Mr. Parker, a close friend of mine. We're considering him for membership.
Ah, very good, sir. The club room is now open for your pleasure.
Thanks, Alfred. Some place. Must cost a fortune to join.
2 fortunes. I was lucky I inherited my membership. We're a little early. Might as well hang out at the bar.
Okay, but nothing alcoholic. This is the kid's book.
No, don't worry. I stay far away from mind-altering substances nowadays.
I can see the Booker room. That's where you're supposed to meet our mystery man, right?
That's what his note said, which means he has to be a member of this club.
That's not all he is. The only man who could possibly have gotten access to Norman Osborn's secret papers is... Huh? The Kingpin? There he sits, bold as brass, having Sunday dinner with two of his muscle boys. What's going on here? Why does he need muscle boys?
He's eating spaghetti.
He's the size of a house. I thought the Hobgoblin was behind this blackmail business. I know he broke into Osborn's old hideaways and made off with his goblin equipment. I'd assumed he found blackmail material amongst that stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Harry, do you know the fat guy at that bar table?
Oh.
Not personally. That's Wilson Fisk. He's some sort of bigwig in the import-export trade, but it's rumored that he didn't come by all of his money, honestly.
There's an understatement. He runs most of the organized crime on the East Coast. This could be a bigger deal than I thought.
And while Peter considers the possibility of the Kingpin's involvement, a club steward opens up the Booker room and immediately draws a line of restless members.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vandergill, Mr. Kingsley. Go right in.
The activity in the outer corridor does not escape the notice of Mr. Fisk. Nor does his interested reaction go unnoticed by Peter Parker.
Kingpin seems as curious about this as I am. That's some line of stuffed shirts waiting to... Hey! Hold on! What's Duck and Jonah Jameson doing here?
I asked you a civil question, Williams. I don't need smart aleck answers.
But- Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
But sir, I thought you were joking. You asked who reserved the room and... Well, didn't you, sir?
Shortly, as Peter and Harry approach the steward,
I have your name on the list, Mr. Osborn, but not your friend's. I'm afraid I can't let him in.
Harry.
I didn't hear. Yeah, okay. Easy, Harry, easy. If those are the rulers, those are the rules, those are the rules. You go ahead and don't worry. I'll be nearby.
No, it's the other one.
You're Harry on the left.
Yeah, you're on the left graphic.
I thought Maranya said Harry.
No, that was me because
Oh,
Harry's
for
the.
goodness sake.
See you.
Oh. See here, Williams. Mr. Parker is a close and trusted.
Easy, Harry, easy. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. You go ahead and don't worry. I'll be nearby.
Well, that's the last of them.
I wonder what that means all about.
Kingpin hasn't made a move, but that doesn't mean that he won't. Criminy, if Hobgoblin sold Osborn's papers to the Kingpin. Or Criminy, what if Hobgoblin sold Osborn's papers to the Kingpin?
Criminy.
Criminy, Jiminy Cricket. Who can all the words.
Tomato.
Osborn had learned my secret identity. If he wrote that down too, the Kingpin might have the goods on me at this very moment.
Wasting not a second, Parker dashes into an unoccupied room,
Mm-hmm.
while just a few walls away,
Looks like I'm in the same boat with half the club, but why are they staring at me like that?
to the hair.
It's him. It must be.
His old man was the only one who knew.
Norman Osborn would have had proof of the kickbacks.
They should have known better than they let Norman in on that little deal. His boy probably found his private papers.
Young Mr. Osborne certainly has me over a barrel. I wonder what his demands will be. Merger? Takeover?
And at the back of the room, seated apart from his fellow members,
I never realized there were so many in the club with so much to hide. I can imagine what they're thinking. Perhaps they're right. I used to confide everything in Norman Osborn. He was a good friend for a massive criminal. I'd hate to think that his son had stooped to blackmail. Well, we'll soon find out.
why didn't I hire him to kill Spider-Man?
He should have been Spider-Man!
As the clock chimes the hour, a curtain at the end of the chamber slowly opens.
It's a Geeky Puppet Show.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. And the assemblage meets their master.
I'm pleased to see you're all so prompt. I am the Hobgoblin. We are all going to come very close associates.
Godfrey!
Wrong company.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. He has to be the one behind the break-ins at my company. He must have found Dad's secret caches.
But you're dead. It was all over the media.
Issue 245.
Just like today, the medium. What?
My death was a convenient deception. Let's get down to business, shall we? You are all here because secrets which you'd rather keep secret. Some of you are guilty through association. And some of you are just plain guilty. Of all you, however, quite wealthy. I could approach any one of you and demanded a large portion of your personal fortunes, but such a large transaction would have been noticed. And so instead, I've decided to be magnanimous. Did I get it right, Breen?
Magnanimous.
Magnanimous, thank you there. Thank you. That's why I pay you.
Not
And
much.
and assess you are all a modest fee on a regular basis. Otherwise, your darkest secrets will become public knowledge.
So that's it. Pretty sneaky move.
Yes, Intercom. Oh,
There's something screwy here, though. My spider sense ought to be going wild this close to the Hobgoblin, but I'm getting nary a tingle. What gives? And
The lines
why,
on my costume.
why am I saying nary a tingle?
I don't care what or who you are behind that fright mask, mister, unless you're Spider-Man! But you're not gonna get away with this!
Jonah, no!
really, Jameson? And how do you intend to stop me? This rabble won't help you. Now shut up, old man.
Jonah, please! He could ruin us!
You idiots! You're playing right into his hands! If you don't stand up to him now, you'll be paid for the rest of your damn lives!
Somebody cancel this old fool.
Jameson's right. You won't get one red cent from me.
Always knew you were a communist. You still have a bit of your father in you, Osborne. You're just as crazy as he was.
No, that's not true.
You stunned him.
Whack!
Ooh, robot.
Life model decoy? What?
A robot. It was just a robot.
Then the real Hobgoblin could be anywhere. He could even be one of us.
But high overhead,
I wouldn't bet the family jewels on that, Kingsley. My spider sense is buzzing now, and it feels like the danger is coming from outside.
Hello, boys and girls. If you want to meet the Hobgoblin in the flesh, gentlemen, I'll be happy to oblige.
Oh no.
For $9.99 per minute.
There's
You'll have to forgive me for another deception. I wanted to ferret all of you into troublemakers into one group. And they say party lines are dead.
Oh,
Look out!
Is there anyone else who's fool enough to defy me?
That was a silly question, wasn't it?
I said that there was no consent. Get off. This is a surprise, Spider-Man, but not a welcome one. Let's see if you can fight any better when you're not encumbered with the black cat.
Hey, I didn't encumber anything with the black. Blast it. I wanted to steer him back outside. I should have known that with all the extra strength he's gained, he wouldn't hesitate about crashing through a few doors.
see Spectacular Spider-Man 85, back when Marvel had editors.
Yep.
You'll find me prepared for anything, Spider-Man. Even you.
Ah, not those corny pumpkin bombs again. Show a little originality, Hobgoblin. Come on.
Your wit never ceases to amaze me, Spider-Man. Too bad it is no more effective against me than it is your webbing.
Get down, boss!
No, put your guns away. We're in no immediate danger back here. I wish to observe this Hobgoblin.
Quit watching me, old man.
Run!
Renweir!
Hobgoblin must have a PhD in sneaky. As long as these businessmen are in danger, he has me at a disadvantage, and he knows it. At least he doesn't seem to be packing any really big explosives today. The club I rigged out of broken wood and webbing is stopping these babies easily. What's this? A dud? Tisk tisk. Mighty shoddy craftsmanship, Hobby. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. That dud is disintegrating into some kind of gas. It can't be too dangerous, though, or my spider sense would... My spider sense! It's gone! He must have duplicated the sense-deadening gas the Green Goblin once used on me.
Which you would have known if you'd been watching our show when we did issue 39.
No more Peter Tingle for you.
Without my Peter tingle, my spider sense. Yow!
Surprise, aren't you, Spider-Man? I didn't just steal Green Goblin's weaponry, I improved on it. That gas you'll find also carries a powerful sedative. You are quite helpless now. barely worthy of my notice. I should just leave you here as an example to the others.
As the room seems to spin around him, Spider-Man instinctively struggles to pull a microelectronic spider tracer from his belt.
You spin me right now, baby.
But before he can put it to use, the darkness claims him, and the tracer bug rolls across the floor, all but unnoticed.
My bug.
Aren't they Kingpin's foot, probably?
That's a Kingpin foot.
On second thought, I should spare you any further humiliation and simply put you out of your misery.
Ouch.
Here comes the finger gun. Zing!
But as the master criminal triggers his glove blaster,
Zatang! Who threw that tray? Seriously, what kind of man threw that? Who dared to interfere in the business of the Hobgoblin?
If that's Jameson.
I bet you it is.
I did.
The Kingpin of crime. I'd forgotten that he was a club member. I didn't know there was a room big enough for him.
There's been too much noise and confusion here today.
Seriously, Saul, you can be fair? As you say, sir, I shall respect your wishes. As for the rest of you, I will be in touch.
Inappropriately.
I don't give it.
Without consent.
I don't give consent.
When you least expect it.
So saying, the Hobgoblin wheels about on his jet glider. He does not see the massive fingers which reach down to retrieve the fallen tracer bug.
He's got fat fingers.
Yeah, he does.
And then toss it toward its target with flawless accuracy.
Ooh.
We shall meet again, Mr. Fisk.
Yes, do more of my bidding, Kingpin.
Perhaps.
Ooh.
Spider-Man. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Whoa! What's that smell?
His finger.
It's Froggy.
Smelling salts. I thought they might bring you around.
Smell his finger.
Your stamina is remarkable as ever. You were unconscious less than a minute. You should have little trouble tracking your foe, by the way. I personally placed your tracer device on his flying craft.
You're helping me? Why? What kind of bizarro world is this?
This Hobgoblin is a very capable man. In time, he might grow bold enough to interfere in my operations.
The only face that he hasn't drawn too small.
Yeah, it's perfect.
He's hiding his lunch in those cheeks.
I prefer to let you apprehend him. It's simply good business.
So does the Kingpin cosplay as a Juggernaut?
I should have known. But the Kingpin's wrong. I need my spider sense to track my tracer bugs, and thanks to Hobgoblin's new and improved gas, my spider sense is totally gone. Maybe for good.
Why is anybody taking photos?
Next issue, Confessions.
Why aren't you getting me pictures of Spider-Man?
Midnight Confessions.
A Quinn Martin production.
Mm-hmm.
Secrets and confessions.
Wow.
Oh,
I prefer my secret invasions or wars.
I know. Yeah, I know you do.
Yes, but that is our book, as they would say. It was a mighty good show, if you ask me.
Agreed.
Yes. A round of applause all the way around. Now, make sure to come back Sunday for part 2 of this Hobgoblin 3-parter.
Will it be 8 o'clock?
It will be at 8 o'clock. Yes, about sharp. As sharp as a puppet can be.
Eastern Standard.
Yes. Also, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other channels linked here, even though the only one right here is the Four Colored Fossils every Wednesday at 8 EST as well. So don't miss that. But that being said, just a thank you to the cast all around, and from the cast to you, thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Remember, only you can start forest fires.
And
No,
only
no.
you